All right, you guys, welcome back to Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 Rod here. We are coming back at you guys. Okay, so today we have an interesting topic. We're going to kick it off to Schaefer first, and then we're going to crack this open and see what we could do.
What's up, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. This is a good one. I liked it. We were sitting here debating back and forth a little bit about it, and we were talking about what's better to have in jiu-jitsu, but hell, in life, right? Is it better to be motivated, or is it better to be disciplined in your actions?
Interesting.
Hell yeah, right? I mean, I know I've had both in my life. I'm sure you've had both in your life, and they're both really good when you have them. But I think one of them will stand out as a better choice, and we'll talk about that. We'll discuss that. And shit, you want to kick it off? You want to give an example, or you want to chop it up a little bit?
Yeah, okay, so I think, so one thing with motivation. Motivation is, it's very important to have, right? But
yeah.
it comes and goes, though, right? That's the only thing with motivation. But if you get somebody that motivates you, that's a powerful thing, man. I mean, that's life-changing when somebody motivates you. Like, think of I don't know, just maybe somebody that embarks on a new journey. He
Right.
initially got motivated somehow to do that, to make that course of action.
Hell yeah. I mean, look, it could be something, let's say it was a workout journey, right? You go, damn, I saw this damn model, and he looked like me, but he wasn't fat. So what the fuck? I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be, or oh man, I checked this dude out, and man, he was, he has some luxurious flowing hair or some shit, and I'm motivated to get my shit together. I'm gonna get some Rogaine, and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do what is necessary to look like fucking Fabio.
No, I get it. You're right. Okay, so check this out. What about this podcast? So motivation is what did this. So motivation, maybe it gets the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
Because discipline didn't really. I mean, it played a part, but to initially get it
Initially,
going,
it was motivation.
bro, it was you and me sitting there like, we should do a
Hell
podcast,
yeah, dude.
talk about
How many
jiu-jitsu.
times we go to the
Yeah.
vault, we're sitting around, we're chilling at the bar, we're
should
like,
do a podcast.
we're like, yo, all the shit we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to put a camera on us and give us a microphone. The people need to hear this shit. And I mean, really, all we're doing is just talking shit. But the people needed to hear that shit. And you're right, that was motivating,
It was motivating,
right?
man.
Because then we were even hearing it from some of our buddies, and they're like, yeah, hell yeah.
do this.
Do that shit, right? So now you're getting all hyped up, People freaking stoking the flames, and they're like, yeah. So now we're all hyped up. That's motivation, right?
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Let's build a studio. What?
You're
Let's
right.
do that. Let's do this. Okay, we built the studio. Now what?
But the studio, man, that's what kicked it off. Once we got the studio done, it was like, all right, we're actually doing this.
Yeah, then we're like, we're
'Cause, like,
kind
we're
of
already
in.
in.
We're,
Yeah, we're
we're
kinda
kind of in deep, right? But then it comes times where you're like, shit, man, we still got jobs. We still
Yeah.
got stuff to do. We still got to train.
Exactly.
We still got stuff to do. We still got a life. We've still got stuff to do. And we're like, oh, shit, we need a podcast.
We got to do an episode.
We got to do an episode. Dude, we haven't missed an episode in like
Not once.
40-something straight weeks.
And see, that's the discipline
There's
right there.
the discipline.
That's the discipline. 'Cause you
There's
have
the
to-
discipline. Because is it fun? Hell yeah.
is pretty
When we're actually sitting here and we're talking and like we're bouncing stuff back off of each other, it's fun, dude. Like,
Yeah.
this is legitimately
This
really,
is the
really
fun part right here.
Absolutely.
But getting to this part,
Yes.
it's a little bit of work.
It's like, damn, all right, I got to jump in the car. I got to
Yeah.
drive a long ass distance to get to where you're at so
Yeah.
we can get to the studio so we can get this stuff hooked up.
Thinking of a topic.
We got to get our topics together. We got to freaking get our talking points together. We got to make sure that the sign's not crooked behind me. We gotta,
Watch last episode. The very end.
we got to watch all these different things. But that's when the discipline part kicks in. That's when it's like, get your ass up, get over there, make it happen, Captain. So, yeah, I mean, the podcast, that was a really good example. That's a really good example.
So how does this tie into jiu-jitsu and your training?
There we go. So, when you first start jiu-jitsu, it's amazing. It's magical. You're like, holy shit, did you see this guy roll upside down and do all these things? And a lot of times the motivation from jiu-jitsu is seeing what other people can do and going, I know I can do this. I can do what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
I just gotta put in the work. I gotta give them the time. I gotta do it. And then, of course, motivation and ego and everything else kicks in. You go, how can I shortcut this shit? How can I do it faster?
I need a hack.
It's like, yeah, I need a hack. How can I learn all this stuff faster? But you want to do that because you're so motivated. You want to do that because you're like, damn, this shit means a lot to me, and I want to make it happen, right?
Why is everybody in such a hurry?
Because, man,
Get your black belt in 3 years.
Because human beings, we need instant gratification for some things. It's like you want to put in work and you want to get results immediately.
Yeah. I'm definitely like that. I'm very impatient.
Yeah, like if we could plant a seed that grows in an hour versus, years to grow a tree,
Facts.
that's what we would want, And even if you're motivated, right? And you're seeing all this, you're seeing what you can become, right? You visualize this shit, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be the best, right? I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be amazing. Then you go, oh my God, my back hurts. Oh my God, I got beat up. Man, I was so motivated. I showed up 4, 5, 6 classes this week and got my ass handed to me. 4, 5, 6 classes straight. 10 rounds per class. 5 taps per round.
Yeah.
I was getting beat up from the feet up. And that's when that motivation starts to dip, starts to wane. You're like, shit, man. I want to be good, but what do I do? Because I'm getting dragged. And that's when you need some freaking discipline. Hell yeah. Tell them a little bit about discipline, because you've been kicking some freaking tough discipline shit going. I mean, and it's impressive.
I think, because it never really goes away. So, like, for me, I'm a black belt, but still, I just, over the past couple months, I'm like, I didn't really see any improvement in my games. The first thing, I wasn't training that much. I was only training like twice a week. I was getting a little bit lazy, and I wasn't really putting a lot of effort into it. So, like, my techniques, it's decent. You know what I mean? I could still be competitive, but I wanted to get better. Especially, we have guys in the gym now that are really getting good, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna have to adapt. Especially getting older, I have to either, I have to get my technique better,
right,
and try to get my physicality better. So what I decided to do is just to do like a reset. Like, I wanted to drop like maybe 15 pounds for me personally. So this is not like some prescription for everybody. This is just for me.
Right.
Like, I'm actually kind of a small dude. I'm like 5'9", 100, and I should be like 175 pounds. Like, that's what I really should be, technically. But I was like 195.
Dude, you're carrying around a lot of muscle though.
Yeah, but still, it's like
if you went down to that weight, it would be a different you.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Yeah, right. It's going to be a different you because.
Yeah.
But then we but you were slapping on muscle because we were doing a lot of
lifts,
right?
Yeah,
it was like you were moving fucking weight, dude.
Yeah.
You were moving crazy fucking weight. But you're right. If you don't need to do that, you always tell me. You always say to me about how there's the law of diminishing returns. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like you've actually have hammered that into my head a lot, and
Thank you.
I listened to you.
Yeah,
Fucking believe it or not, I listened to you, and you were like, jiu-jitsu's my thing. How much better am I going to be if I can bench press 400 pounds
Exactly.
versus 315 pounds, but my jiu-jitsu's better, I'm faster, my stamina's better. It's like
100%.
And I get it. I fucking get it, right? I fucking get it. So, big old swole motherfuckers always want to walk around talking about, no, I gotta move weight, baby.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, oh my God, not Lee Haney. Who's the guy?
Oh, I know you're talking
You're
about.
like, lightweight, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin's gonna be so mad I forgot his name.
No, I just saw a documentary on the guy too.
Yeah, he's doing bad. Well, he's doing good in life, but physically.
He was like the Mr. Olympia like 10 times, right? What's his?
Yeah. I know.
It's not Lee Haney. You're
No,
right.
I just said Lee Haney.
I know.
See, Lee Haney was like from the 80s, dude. That was like what I remember.
Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman.
Oh, he's a wreck, dude.
Lightweight, baby. Yeah, and he is. He is.
Man.
But
it's sad to see Ronnie Coleman, huh?
But he was huge, right?
Oh,
And he was strong. But imagine if he was doing jiu-jitsu. It's like, how's that going to help you, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes sense when you're like, it's that law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
I can get bigger. I can get stronger. I can do all these things. Or I can get to a position that would let me do what I love better, which is what you're doing. And that's where the discipline part comes in, right? Because now motivation, well, you don't have like these lightning bolts going off everywhere and thunder rolls when you wake up thinking about, oh, I'm
Yeah. Nah.
That's almost that makes you sad a little bit. You
Yeah.
like, fuck. Do I want to get smaller or do I want to get stronger? Do I want to
know.
get smaller or want to get stronger?
No, you're right. You are right. That's a component because like part of it, I think it's our culture, right? 'Cause it's like, no, I want to be big.
Yeah.
You want to be jacked.
Fuck yeah.
But it's like as you get older, though, I don't know. You just have to be right in your own skin, basically. I have to compare myself to me. Like what's the best version of me? What would that person look like? Not forget about jiu-jitsu being the best jiu-jitsu guy, or it just as a human being, what is the best, like shape I should be in?
Best
And
version
honestly,
of
for
you,
me,
right?
I believe it should be about 175 to 180 pounds. That's
Okay.
really what I think because I think it's a good compromise to where you're still kind of strong.
Still strong. 185 is not small.
Yeah, it's not small, and then you still have you're small enough to where you can move around pretty well, and so that's kind of what kind of led me on the journey. So
Right.
and I don't know, I just noticed that the strength wasn't really like helping me that much, and the extra I don't know, my mobility was really going down.
Okay.
So these are just things I think they're affecting me again.
Right, it's
not a
definitely- it's
prescription.
personal. It's
very
anecdotal for
personal.
sure.
Yeah, because like for me being an older guy, trying to carry extra weight is not probably the best thing for me.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
what was the discipline that you had to put into effect? Like, what did you say? Okay, fuck motivation. I'm going to do this whether I'm happy. I'm going to do it whether I'm sad. I'm going to do it whether I'm hyped up to do it or whether I hate the idea of doing it. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it anyway. What kind of shit did you have to discipline yourself to do?
So I think for me, 90% of it is just the fuel that I'm putting into my body. It's the nutrition, and a lot of it is like I had to make that little switch in my mind because like, bro, I love eating, man. We all
Right.
do, right?
Fuck
Who
yeah.
doesn't love eating,
Hell yeah.
bro? You know what my favorite is like a Doritos nachos.
Oh,
I could probably literally eat a whole bag.
hell yeah.
And see, for me, it gets bad because I'm not really a big dude, but I'll be like 195, but I have a little gut.
Gotcha.
So it's like, nah, that's all bad.
And that's
so
not
I
what
wanna
you
get
want.
rid of. I don't
Right.
want that. So I had to get rid of that. So I had to really like tighten up the diet. So I had to stop. I went back to my intermittent fasting, and I did that probably for like 3 or 4 months, where I'm eating just one meal a day, and then maybe a protein drink at night. Just very small meal. I'm really watching the caloric intake and then
Okay.
the protein and all that. So I'm on top of that.
And so, all right.
That's part one.
Yeah, that's part one, right?
not that bad.
But then the discipline to only you're looking at food as fuel
It's just fuel.
more so than food as fun.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I know it is kind of weird, but okay, so I'll eat like kind of plain food sometimes on purpose.
Okay.
Like so, a dinner I might just have like a plain like freaking piece of salmon and some vegetables. It doesn't sound fun or sexy, but it's
Right.
But if you do that for a while, let's say you did that for like a month, you kind of reset your taste buds, and then you don't need super like exotic foods. But if you eat those really good tasting foods all the time, that's like your new normal, and then it's
Okay.
hard to break away from that. So for me, that's what worked for me. It may not work for everybody else, but that's kind of worked for me. And then it's easier to like. I'm not looking forward to that one meal. It's just okay, just freaking lunchtime. I'm gonna eat. Boom. Dinner time. My shake done.
See, now, all right.
I know it may sound weird.
Well, it's not even so much it's not so much that it's weird, right? It's one of those situations where it will work if you stick with it, right?
Yes.
Now, my little brother, he's a freaking fitness guy. He's a fitness trainer and the whole nine.
yeah. AJ?
Body, AJ,
Shout out to
right?
AJ.
So, in fact, he might be actually fun to bring on one time
Oh,
and
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
fitness for jiu-jitsu. Because he was doing, he does bodybuilding, he did some jiu-jitsu, did some Muay Thai, and shout out to AJ,
Yeah.
Lionhearted Fitness. He'll hook you up, man. He has taken some clients and shredded them the fuck out.
He's shredded.
And he's shredded. I know he walks around.
He
just-
reminds me of little Eric in our school.
Yeah, dude.
They're the same
Oh,
physique. Basically.
yeah, man. They're
Oh,
both. I'm telling you, what the hell? See, but now that's discipline
I know.
because you can't wake up and just be motivated for
No.
4 or 5 years straight
Yeah.
to like build that, right? You have to go, this is what I do. These are the things that I'm willing to do. These are the things I'm willing to cut out in order to get what I want. And so AJ was actually telling me though about, we talked about the motivation versus discipline thing, and he was like, yeah, he doesn't like the idea of just saying, I want to go with bland foods and all that.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, but that's not for everybody, right?
It's not for everybody.
This is
Yeah.
a very individualized plan.
Yeah.
And if you hold on to the discipline of doing that, you're going to get the results you want,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like one of those 1 + 1 is 2
Yeah.
things. If you walk this path, you will get it.
Yeah.
It's like the path to black belt. We say what? If you keep showing up, if you keep training, you can't help
Yeah.
but get better. You can't help but learn. if you fully immerse yourself into something, you're going to learn it.
Yeah.
You're going to learn it.
But don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. I still want to eat good. Like, would I ask you to bring me one of those?
Fuck yeah.
Those sandwiches from New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm going to New Jersey.
Oh,
I'm
yeah. I
gonna
can't wait to get that. I mean,
I'm going to go to Gaetano's. Shit. Shout out to the best
Go bring me a
cheesesteaks in New Jersey.
$50 sandwich.
It's like a $50 fucking
Oh,
cheesesteak,
God.
dude. I'm going to have them pack that shit
But
separately.
see,
and
look
it's
at man, like that'll
good.
be like a treat. That'll be, oh man, I get this New Jersey. What is it? It's just a cheesesteak
It's
sandwich.
just a fucking cheesesteak.
Yeah, but it's a real one though. It's
It's
real.
real.
They don't have it out here.
Now, I'm about to break a lot of hearts right now. Check this shit out. Everybody's like, yo, Philly cheesesteaks. I 100% agree. But the funny thing about a Philly cheesesteak,
Yeah.
as delicious as they are,
Yeah.
the best Philly cheesesteak is made in motherfucking New Jersey. Is it?
That's so crazy.
Damn.
No, I've been hearing about this.
I know.
sandwich.
Oh my God, it's so good. I'm
For almost a
going-
decade now, I
Oh, it's
gotta
gonna
try
be
this out.
delicious. See, now you want to talk about some motivations and discipline and shit like that for me. So, I can tell you this shit, right? I've always fucking struggled my entire life. Weight up, weight down, weight up, weight
Yeah, yeah.
down. Like, I like eating cheesesteaks. I
Yeah.
like drinking beer. I like kicking back and watching cartoons on TV with my
Yeah.
feet up and shit, right?
Yeah.
But I also love jujitsu, and I love fighting. And I love running around shooting guns and doing
Yep.
all that shit, right? So it's like I get to a point where I'm like, holy shit, which do I like more? And
Oh, I
sometimes
see.
the lazy side
I see.
takes over
I see.
because it's easy to be lazy,
Yeah.
right? It's easy just to chill, man.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, fuck. But then you get that motivation hits me, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing this. It's on. And it'll be like months go by, right? I'm just kicking ass. I'm like, no more beer, Rod.
Yeah.
I'm done. I ain't drinking no beer. Not drinking no Jack Daniels. None of that shit. And then I'm killing it, right? I'm
Yeah.
doing really, really great. You know, it's like, oh shit, I'm a little thinning out a little bit.
Yeah.
Muscles popping again. Okay, cool. Jiu-jitsu's happening faster.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, damn, let me give me some Jack and Coke or something. And then, because the motivation dies.
Yeah.
The motivation dies, right? But when I was in the Army, it wasn't about motivation.
It's just
It was discipline.
Yeah.
Right? It was wake your ass up, go run. I don't want to run. Wake your ass up, go run. Now go do 1,000,000 push-ups.
Yeah.
Now go fucking clean your fucking weapon. Now go do this. Now go do that. And it was not a matter of, well, I feel like doing it. Fuck your feelings, right? It wasn't about how I feel. It was this is what's going to happen, and the result's going to be you'll be a better soldier,
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
right?
It's like
But oh, no, I was going to say, but it was also easier when I had somebody yelling at me.
yeah.
What are you about to say?
Well, I was gonna say like for me, it's like when I, because I'm already dropped like probably like maybe 13, 14 pounds. I'm almost where I need to be, right? So I notice now like when I roll, I'm rolling a lot better now. I'm like a lot faster. I'm getting my mobility back.
Okay.
I'm getting more flexibility. I am stretching, even though I said in the last episode I wasn't gonna stretch. I'm stretching now. Like I'm
You
doing
out
all
there-
the things.
You out there doing the fucking dog pose and the
Yeah.
tree pose and shit.
Because I have to now. It's like I kind of have to, because if I want to get better, there's things that I need to do because my body's not going to naturally do it. So I'm going to have to implement these changes. But I tell you though, like when I rolled, was it Friday?
Yeah.
I felt really good, man. I felt so
Dude,
good.
you were on
I was on a mission, dude.
fire.
I know, I was doing good. I was like the old me.
You were on fire. Because you, like, I mean, I'll throw it out there. You were like, you told me, you were like, oh man, I did like a fucking water fast. I did this.
I did. I fasted for 3 days.
Dude, that's
4 days.
fucking
4 days.
bananas.
Only water, 4
That's
days.
crazy.
Yeah, that was like a reset.
You were like fucking probably hallucinating and shit up in your.
You know what's weird though, man? On day 3, dude, day 3, no food and just water.
Right?
I had the most energy I've ever had in my life.
That's
It is the weirdest
crazy.
thing. But day 4, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not.
Then it
feeling
fucked
too
you up,
good.
huh?
Yeah, I
Your
think
body's
I
like, hey.
I think I overdid it.
It's like, do you want to eat something?
Yeah.
but dude, you were like
It's crazy.
on fucking fire.
Yeah, it's good,
like
dude.
you're moving super fast. You're out there beating up all these motherfuckers.
Felt
I
good,
was
man.
like, man, stop it, Ryan.
I felt good.
I was like, get off of him, Ryan. Get off.
No.
You know, you're like,
But like, here's the thing though. When I first started though, this was like a week and a half ago. I was rolling. The first roll I did was, bro, it's terrible. I felt like an old man. I could barely move
Really?
because it was like the first day of fasting. I didn't have any.
oh,
food.
so, okay. So the first day,
First day of
you
fasting.
were feeling shitty.
Yeah, or it might have been the first or second day. I wasn't feeling good. I was rolling with I can't remember who. Just whatever Monday night I was there,
Yeah.
and I just didn't feel good at all. And then I almost felt like quitting. I was like, man, this sucks,
Shit.
dude. But then I said, you know what? Nah, man, it's not. It's got to be something.
Power through
I
it.
got to just power through it. And I powered through it. Then the next day, I was like, one of the best days I ever had in my life.
Wow.
In the school. And then Friday, it was really good. So now I'm kind of past that hump. So that just kind of, I don't know. That's what I noticed worked for me. But that 3-day
Right.
was an amazing thing. But I also stopped drinking too. So that maybe it's that too, though. So I don't know.
But you don't fucking really drink that much anyway. Like
Yeah.
you honestly, you're like, I'm gonna
like a
knock out like a
social-
social drink. I'm gonna drink a glass of wine. You know? I'm
Yeah.
like- so
But
I mean,
but
I guess,
it was-
but any bit counts though. So I
Yeah,
get
and
it.
see, yeah, I wish I'd like to say that I quit drinking for all these other reasons, like this major. Bro, I quit for selfish. I want to get abs. That's the only reason I quit, dude. Because one glass of wine or a beer has 250 calories. You get a couple of those. That's an extra 500 calories a day. That's your 500 caloric deficit just cutting out alcohol.
Wow.
Right, and then
Yeah.
if you take another 500 out through food reduction, that's 1,000 calories. That's a huge deficit. That's
fucking
very aggressive.
bananas. That's very aggressive,
That's like
yeah.
trying to go fast. But that's how I got down to where, I'm close to my goal. I got another 5 pounds.
Okay.
But
And
now I actually feel good though, not drinking. To be honest, I feel good.
No, dude. Like I said, when I stop every now and again, I'll go.
You stop for like 4
I
months.
do,
at
right?
a time.
I'll stop 3, 4, 5 months. It's not that fucking hard. It's just like whatever.
It's funny when I stop, you're drinking, and when you're drinking, it's the other way around.
We're all on fucking alternate cycles
Yeah.
and shit. But nah, dude, it does help. It really does. But then, I am a social drinker. I'm a social drinker. I like
Yeah.
to have get a buzz, crack some jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm funny with or without.
Yeah.
But damn, I'm funnier to myself sometimes when I when I had a couple. But you honestly, you were super duper fast when you were fighting in there, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn, Rod. I was like, does this guy owe you money or something? I was like, what are you doing right now?
I was actually trying to get backs, get
Yeah.
back takes. Like, me, I'm not a back take guy. It's
Right,
just kinda
right.
hard
You
to
were
get the
like,
back. You
you were
gotta roll
doing,
up and like.
you were legit
on
like
'em.
putting it on people. I'm like, damn. I was like,
Oh,
are
man.
you getting ready for a competition
I
or
know.
some shit?
But man, if I could have that all the time, so here's the thing. I think I can, but I just have to keep doing what I'm doing now. So if that means eating 1 meal a day and not drinking,
Oh my
I'll take that.
God, Rod.
I will.
So what's going to happen when I throw a barbecue? You're not going to eat?
I'll eat 1 rib.
One rib. That's like fucking I'm going to get you sucker. You remember
Yeah,
that movie
I do
with
remember
Chris
that.
Rock? He's like, give me 1 rib.
Yeah.
He's like, one rack of ribs coming right up. Not
One
rib.
order. One order
One
ribs.
rib.
No.
Fuck yeah.
One rib.
No, I don't know. Dude, like I said, I'm gonna eat that sandwich when you bring it, and that's the thing. Like you could always have little breaks. You could always have.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm
You're
gonna
going
enjoy
to have
life.
to split that sandwich into like 4 freaking days.
that
You're
big?
Dude, it's crazy.
That's why I said just bring me half of it. I said.
The mini, it's like damn near 2 pounds. It's crazy.
That's like 5 Guys. Their burger, the mini burger is like it's like half a pound.
It's
or something.
ridiculous. I know I already said it, but shout out to Gitano's again. Boy, that place held us down out of Willingboro, New Jersey, and then oh, good Lord, I can't wait to go on my little trip now. I'm gonna go.
Okay, so
zero fucking discipline.
No, it's okay, dude.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What's up?
Okay, so that's phase 1. So now the next thing I had to look at was like, how's my training really? Like, I got to give myself a gut check. What am I really investing in jiu-jitsu as of late? So why should I be getting better? I'm not really putting as much into it. So,
Right.
like, I'm starting to train like 4 or 5 times a week for now. Like, now this is not going to be forever. It's going to be until I get back to where I want to be.
Right. Until
But-
you hit a goal in your mind.
Yeah, and the next thing, like we talked about last episode. So now I'm in there doing
Yep.
the warm ups, doing the
Yep.
class, doing everything. I'm doing the full thing because that works for me.
Yeah,
I've done that before,
for
and
sure.
when I do the full class, I get better.
And by telling yourself I'm going to do it whether I want to or not, again, that's some strong discipline,
Yeah.
right? So discipline and no, maybe not discipline. I think motivation is what they were saying. Motivation, it's finite.
Yes.
You
it's
can't
fleeting.
you can't just go, I'm always going to make sure I'm motivated.
Yeah.
That's just not realistic because
Not at all.
life gets in the way, right? It's like, oh shit, I'm going to stay motivated. Oh fuck, I got to my alternator went out.
Yeah.
On 2 of my cars. My fucking alternator went out on 2 of my cars. But what did I do? I fixed them both.
Yeah.
But that's some motivation sucking shit, man. As you're like, I'm feeling good, and then some bullshit happens, and now I'm concentrated on this bullshit, and I'm not as motivated.
I
It
get
pulled it away. But discipline goes, so what?
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, your attention has been pulled away But guess what? It's 6:15. It's time to roll. It's time to train. So put that shit to the side.
Yeah.
Your alternator's still going to be fucking broke. Take your ass over there and go train.
Yeah.
Right? That's the discipline. And that also, I love one helpful thing about jiu-jitsu when dealing with discipline situations. You have to focus on the moment. You can't be here talking about, oh, I'm not motivated, but I am disciplined and I'm going to show up. But as I'm showing up, you can't just go through the motions. You can't go, I'm still thinking about this other problem I have, but I'm going to roll just so I can get my rolls in.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, you'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like you have to pay attention to what you're doing, and that's also part of the discipline, right?
Yeah, and it's weird because, like, okay, so rolling super, like, I was rolling really fast, but I wasn't, like, intentionally trying to do that. I just felt better because I'm, like, almost 15 pounds lighter. So that's the reward for me. It was like, wow, if I feel like this, I'll just, like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Why don't I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll feel like this more frequently.
True.
That's the way I see it.
So here's another thing about you feeling like you're moving fast, but one of the other things, this comes from the Army.
I
from,
know where you're going. That's a good point.
Like, I always tell people, right, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, right? And it sounds counterintuitive, but if you watch somebody do something that they're really good at, it might seem like lightning striking.
Yeah.
It might seem like they're going so fucking fast and they're just moving so fast. But in reality, they're just really smooth with their movements.
Yeah.
And because it looks so slick and so smooth, it looks like it happens
You're
like
right.
that. In his mind, he's like, oh shit, let me focus. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull this guy through. I'm going to hit this move. I'm going to go. In his mind, he's slowed that shit down to where he's like, I'm breaking it into its components. I'm being slow and deliberate, but I'm doing it smoothly. I'm not trying to increase speed real quick and then come back. No, I'm moving through it smoothly, slow and steady. But because that shit looks smooth, it looks
like
fast.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then the actual reality of it is you will be faster because you're slow.
Yeah.
Might be fast as fuck to somebody else.
I see what you're saying.
But only because you've built so many of these freaking good habits and these muscle memory.
Yeah.
Which will get me to this next subject. Trying to get in shape doing jiu-jitsu, right? And people are like, oh yeah, man, do jiu-jitsu and you'll lose 1,000 pounds and you'll fucking get abs and this, that, and the other thing, right? No. But that's not usually the case.
Yeah,
and part of it is because of the actual efficiency you get as you get better, right? You slow down, you get smooth. You're smooth so it looks fast.
You don't have to run around.
But you're not really putting in as much effort.
True.
You're not exerting yourself. So you don't lose as much. But in the beginning, right? Let's take it from the beginning. Boom. Brand new white belt.
Yeah.
240, 250, 60,
Yeah.
70, 80, 300 pound, whatever. He's like, man, I just want to drop off some of these LBs. I heard this jiu-jitsu shit's really good for it. So he shows up motivated, right? He shows up, he's motivated.
Super motivated, yeah.
He's like, fuck yeah, man, let's do this shit. Make me. He's like, I want to have abs like you, Mr. 1865 Rod. I want to be like you. So he shows up, and then you go, all right. And you start beating him up, right?
Yeah.
But in the beginning, he starts dropping weight.
That's usually what happens. You're right. That's what happens.
And then why does it slow down? Why does it peak?
I think your body just adapts. And he starts getting better, like you said. He's using closed guard, breaking that posture. He's not going all crazy, running around, right? He's playing off his back.
So now he's like, I'm not actually working out as hard as I used to.
You're right.
Because I'm good.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you might get a good year or two out of that.
Yeah.
Like realistically, and that's why there's usually that big weight drop and stuff like that.
That initial drop is
because
noticeable,
because you're still overexerting. You're doing too much, right? You're going too hard. You're like, holy shit! At the end of every freaking round, you're like, oh, I can barely breathe.
Yeah.
Right? You out there like fucking Biggie Smalls and shit, talking about, motherfuckers can't breathe.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, yeah, you're breaking a sweat like a mug. But then you go, hey, man, my scissor sweep game on point. So you don't struggle to scissor sweep. So how you gonna work your obliques and shit doing a scissor sweep when it's
you're
so
right.
easy?
You're right.
It's so easy. You're like, scissor sweep without even thinking about it. It's not that hard. Man. So how do you stay motivated?
I think that's
You
why.
can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I got an answer for you.
Are we gonna?
I mean, if you do the whole if you do the whole class, it does help. Like I did the whole class, the warm ups, everything, and I'm saying it like it's a big accomplishment. Like you should be doing that, right?
Dude, that is a big
for me, it's an
accomplishment.
accomplishment because I used to not do them.
Dude,
but
warm-ups
all joking
suck.
aside,
Okay.
yeah. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. That's kind of fun. I mean, I'm just kind of getting into it again, getting into having an open mind, and doing the whole class, learning the moves. Because see, for me, what happened was I already have my own style of game. I already know what's
Yes.
going to work for me. I'll see a class and I might be on something like some freaking ninja roll or something like, bro, I'm probably not going to do this. Right? I already know, so I don't really want to learn it. But I mean, the last couple of times I have actually embraced some of those moves.
Okay.
And there was one move that Gus showed. It was actually really cool from like a leg drag, to where it's like a back step, and you kind of flip the guy over and you roll. I'm like,
Oh, I know.
I can actually do that. Like I actually do. I was like, this is actually pretty cool.
It's the one where your leg is hooked, you backstep,
Yeah.
and you kind of do a
Yeah.
dive roll
Yeah,
over,
it's
and
actually
you pull
pretty
him.
cool.
You like pull him, you
Yeah.
pull him over. Yeah, that's
It's
good
actually
shit.
a pretty slick move, and like
It is.
I'm like, yeah, so like I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have really researched it on my own. I definitely wouldn't have researched it on my own.
Right.
So that's the value of going to class, right?
It's outside of your
It's
normal
outside of my
wheelhouse.
comfort zone,
Yeah.
really. But when I did, I'm like, it's actually
You're
pretty
like,
good.
I might put that in my back
I actually hit it a
pocket.
couple times.
Did you?
I've hit that move a couple times on people.
See, okay, but damn, that's another thing, right? It's as your belts go higher and higher, and you're just used to jiu-jitsu, and you understand where your body is in space and time, you can start doing moves just by watching them once
could
or
do-
twice.
Yeah,
you
and
can watch it once or twice.
You're right, you're
Barely
right.
even never have done the move and
You're
go,
right.
oh yeah, I can do this move, and you really can. Like you legitimately, you're like, okay, he backstep, he did this, dive roll, I got it.
Yeah.
And you'll get it. So I mean, that's the beauty of also just that regular training, right? If you're constantly training,
Yeah.
you're getting good at it. You just understand this shit. You can start doing
can
some
do it.
old weird shit that you see on the internets,
You're right. And if your cardio's good and your mobility is good,
right?
you're going to be able to do a lot of those moves. Like my game might be evolving. I might be a different player in 2 years. I might be smaller and like, man, I'm doing all this stuff that I used to never do before. Like I don't know
Right.
where it's going to go. I have no idea. We'll see. That's why jiu-jitsu's fun.
Yeah,
Right?
that's scary.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Like you might have a different game, probably not, but it might change
There'll
a
be
little bit.
adjustments,
There'll be
yeah.
adjustments. Just like
Yeah.
if you get injured, you have to make an adjustment, right?
That's for sure.
You have to look at it like if you drop 20 pounds, look at it like not an injury, but it's like a positive injury. It's like
Right.
you're different.
You
You're a little bit
can't
different now.
roll the way you used to.
Exactly.
You can't put as much pressure down because
Yeah.
you're not as heavy.
Exactly.
You get to move faster
Yep.
because you're not as heavy. Yeah.
And so you can leverage all
the
those
flip
things.
side, maybe you're not as strong.
May not be
'cause
as strong.
You lost muscle in
You
the
might get
mix.
smashed better.
Oh man,
Yeah. So it has pros and cons too.
for sure.
So yeah.
All right, nice.
I don't know. We'll
No,
see.
man, look, I mean, we're not supposed to know it all. I mean,
We're not supposed
we are still an experiment. I mean, we're
true.
here. We're like, all right, what can we do? What can we learn? I mean, hell, look, we reached out to the people all the time, and we go, hey, man, you guys tell us what you think about this, because realistic. Check this out. You're going to get some people who are nutritionists and they're CrossFitters or they're this or they're
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and they're going to have a totally different perspective on this whole thing, and they're going to be like, well, this worked for me, and this worked for me,
Yeah.
and this worked for me. And I hate to say when things are like, oh, it's very subjective and it's very unique.
But it is though. In this case, when it comes to fitness, it kind of is.
I know,
The
but
human
I
body's
hate
so
that.
nuanced.
I
I know.
I don't like outliers.
I
don't
know.
like outliers. And if everything is always subjective, it leaves it to where it's like your individual results may vary.
I think it's okay. So there's some things that are objective, like if you're burning more calories than you're consuming, you're gonna lose weight. Yeah, we get all that. But
Okay.
how to go about doing that to where it can be a long-term commitment for each person is very subjective.
True. Yeah.
100%.
It is. Damn, but I still don't like it.
I know.
I mean, I want shit to apply to everybody or
I
damn
know.
near everybody, man. Like, give me something simple. Like, say, this plus this will always equal that.
I know.
Damn. I don't like outliers. I don't like subjectivity. I don't like any of this stuff.
I don't either, man.
Can we just get some universal truths out here?
You know me, man. I love
I
objectivity.
know you do. I know. Damn. What else, man? Like, this was just a motivation versus
Versus discipline. I think maybe a little bit of
discipline.
both would be good. So
Both?
if you're how would this help the average guy? So if you're trying to get your jiu-jitsu to the next level, and I would say you have to do something, right? If you're training, let's just say you're a guy that's committed, you're training 3 days a week, right, and you feel that you do everything you could be doing, but you're just not getting better. Well, you got to change. You got to do something else.
So
whether it's throwing in, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Whether
you're
it's
throwing in
a fourth day, whether it's maybe for you, you might want to bulk up. Maybe you're a super small guy like Shorty. He's actually putting on some LBs, right?
Right.
I guarantee you, Shorty puts on like 10 pounds. He'll be a little bit different. It'll be a
You're right.
different Shorty, right?
It's gonna change his
It's
game.
going to change his game a little bit. So you have to make adjustments when you get to that level. Now, when you're a white belt, maybe an early blue belt, you just learn. You're not there.
Yeah,
You haven't reached those outer limits to where now
You
it's
don't
like,
need to tweak anything.
You don't need to tweak it just yet. Just
Yeah.
keep getting better.
Don't hack. Don't take hacks.
Yeah.
Don't take shortcuts. Walk the long path. Walk the
Facts.
hard path.
Yeah.
In the beginning. Just take your ass whoopings like everybody else, right? Which is funny because this was another subject we almost went into, which is like when people go, "Get your black belt in 3 years," blah 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 blah, right?
Bro, I'm
it's
so
like,
tired of seeing that.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
is that the hard path, the long path, or is that nothing but hacks and shortcuts?
I think it's hacks.
So I'm not going to speak too much on it right now, but
Yeah, I
I
need
do
more
say
research.
we need to research a bunch of these things. Talk to some people who've done like 3 years, by my third year I was a brown belt and this that. I'm like, man, how'd that shit happen? Hey, you know what? If you happen to be a person who's reached black belt in under 5 years,
Oh, that's Kid Dale.
right?
Yeah, but he's an outlier.
And he's an outlier,
He's an
right?
outlier.
If you're an outlier, tell us about that. Like, what was that like, man? Like, how did that happen?
But he does more
Help
like
us out.
conceptual. Like he did a lot of concepts.
Yo,
he has a whole style of learning, and it is legit, man.
He
Kid
has
Dale's
a
solid.
framework that he
Yeah.
lays out where he's like, if you're doing this move, if this is their reaction, here's your counter. Like,
Yeah.
his shit was mapped out. So I mean,
He doesn't just
get it.
teach random moves. At
Right.
All. Like,
It's
yeah.
very analytical. It's
Yeah.
very tight. But then I'm like, fuck, is that the same? Is that a martial art anymore? Now what is it?
that you're right, because it starts going.
Now we're starting to talk about fucking science almost.
Yeah.
We're like,
Because the martial art of jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, is like, or even just American jiu-jitsu, however you want to call
Right.
it. It's just there's time at each belt. Like you're
yeah,
kind of
right.
seasoning,
It's
you're
not
learning, it's maturity,
just-
it's
not
humility.
just, can I mechanically
It's not.
do
Yeah,
this?
can I beat this guy? There's more to it than that.
Damn. All right. Fucking sidetracked on that one. Sidetracked on that one.
We always
But
sidetrack.
I know we really do. Like, we're like fucking shit. We talk about
Hey,
our
man.
boy Squirrely Mike. It should be fucking Squirrely Rod and Squirrely Schaefer and shit.
Hey man, at least we're not talking about He-Man.
Hey, fucking
was
stop!
pretty good,
Don't pull me into
That
that.
was pretty good, though.
He-Man was awesome.
That was
dude.
awesome, huh?
He was awesome. And the new Transformers is coming out too. Oh man, don't get me started. And there's the freaking.
I am a
I know. I am a stripper. Fucking He-Man. And then see now, look. See you really
Oh,
did it.
sorry,
You
sorry,
sidetracked
sorry,
me. You
sorry,
sidetracked me
sorry.
because did you see the new freaking Captain America trailer? Shit looks good. I'm gonna show it to you afterward.
Okay, show it to me afterwards.
I'm gonna show it to you after.
Show it to
I
me.
don't want you to
All
put any fucking shit out there. Put no damn negativity out there, Rob.
Because I know you like all those movies.
I do because I love the comic books that they're based off of. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, if you want to get your jiu-jitsu game better, right, and maybe you're hitting those plateaus and you're like, oh shit, how do I get motivated? How do I get disciplined, right? Sometimes I think motivation gets the ball rolling. And then when you get the ball rolling, you recognize that you have to now discipline yourself to keep the momentum going, right? It's like think of motivation as you're at the top of a hill and you are on a bike and you just let gravity pull you down. Motivation is like, oh shit, it's happening quick. But then when you're here and you're plateauing and you got to get up a hill again, well, motivation doesn't take your ass back up the
true.
hill. Now here's the discipline. Now I got to pedal.
That's a good
I
point.
got to put in the fucking
I
work,
like that.
right?
I
It's
like
like
that.
zooming down, flattening out.
I like that.
Work your ass back to the top. But that motivation got you moving. The motivation gave you that initial push.
That's good.
Thank you. The discipline, you got to pedal, you got to fight, and you got to get that shit going.
But I don't think it's that hard though. Like, okay, so I'm gonna give you. No, okay, Harold. I'm gonna use you as an analogy.
All right, go for
I
it.
remember, and this is just I don't even know what your reason was, but for whatever reason, you said I'm just don't want to drink for a while. You stopped
Yeah.
drinking for like 4 months.
Yeah, for sure.
So it wasn't even hard. You weren't even thinking about it because for whatever reason, you made a little switch in your brain. You just stopped.
Well, okay.
I don't know what your reason was, though.
Wait, man. See, that's the other thing, right?
Unless you're not telling me something.
No. There's no fucking magic, right?
It's switching the
For
brain up
some
here.
people, I think it's just a switch.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
That's me, dude. A switch.
I think is it everybody then? Because
don't know.
For me, it's a switch. But here's the problem: I can't force the switch.
You can't force the switch. You're right. That's
I
what it is.
can't fucking
You can't
force the switch.
So basically, yeah. So how can
Yeah. How
nothing
the
you
fuck do you?
you have to want to
If
do
you
it?
know how to force
Yeah, I don't
a
know.
switch to click in your head, please.
I think
please
that just
tell
comes,
me.
I know. I don't know.
Please tell me. And if it works, dude, I'll buy a freaking beer.
No, a New Jersey sub.
Man, that shit costs a lot.
Oh, yeah. You get a beer.
I get him a beer. Shit. Yo,
You're right though. I don't know what causes it because I think everybody can do. I think if anybody switches up here,
Yeah.
then they're good. But that's a problem.
But
like,
how do you make
get
it happen?
that switch? Yeah.
Right.
Maybe you
And-
have to want it
well,
bad
so
enough.
I was about to say part of it could be the want, right? But the other part, I think you become uncomfortable. I think there has to be a level of discomfort because comfort makes you lazy as fuck.
It does. It does.
It's like if I'm super comfortable in the situation and I'm like, hey man, look, I got money coming in,
Yeah.
food's coming in, everything's coming in, my life is pretty fucking smooth. How do I motivate myself? How do I
You're right.
how do I flip a switch?
It's almost like what's the saying about the? Well, that doesn't apply.
It's like complacency killing or something like that.
Something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, dude. I mean, but I
you don't get
fuck.
stronger by
but
being
I also
comfortable.
don't. I also don't. I don't want motherfuckers just to have to struggle either, right? It's like because okay, look, plenty of people in this country, in every fucking country, all over the world, they struggle. They have hard lives, right? And I don't want that for people. I don't want people to have a hard life. I'd much rather them be somewhat comfortable. But then, man, when you look at discomfort as a motivator,
What's the saying about strong men?
yeah,
How's that go?
It's strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create bad times, but bad
And it
times
circles back.
create strong men,
and it's just a
It's-
cycle.
right? Fuck, and that's crazy
That's so
because
true too.
shit, am I in my good times phase right now? I might be, right?
be. You might be in
And,
the
and
good
if I'm
time.
in my good time phase, maybe that's making me weaker.
Because look at it, if you think about it,
I don't
like,
want that.
Well, I don't want to go all crazy, but
I know,
yeah,
yeah.
let's not do that.
Holy
get that hook.
crap, dude! Yeah, get the hook. Got to drag you back in. Get your ass back over here, Ryan. Get back over
But when
here.
times are too good, you start complaining about little things that you shouldn't complain about.
Got them first world
Little-
problems.
First world problems, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man, my fucking internet took 10 seconds
Yeah.
to download
Yeah.
this fucking shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear it immediately.
Yeah, instant.
I want instant gratification.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at that because I want instant
I
gratification
know.
too,
It's
dude.
like human nature, man.
Yeah, I want that shit. I want it now. Like, we say, I need a structured settlement and I need cash now.
That's a commercial, right? I need it. It's my money. I want it now.
JG
J.G. Wentworth. You're like a walking trivia encyclopedia, man.
Useless
Oh
knowledge.
my god, that's
dude.
hilarious. But you're right.
Useless
It's
knowledge. I
it's
want
my
it
money,
now.
and I want it
need
now.
Cash now.
That was a good commercial.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. Damn. All right, we're spiraling.
Okay, so the Switch, man, I got nothing for you guys. I don't know how to turn that Switch on.
don't
If I
know
did,
either.
I'd be a millionaire, right? I think
Dude.
that's the whole thing about. Wait a second, that's the whole thing about all these gurus like Tony Robbins on. They're trying to get that Switch turned on.
Yes.
And I don't know if you could force it or you could
I don't
turn it
think
on
you
maybe
can.
momentarily.
I think they're fucking
They're all
charlatans.
charlatans, man. Snake oil salesmen, dude.
Hey, listen. Maybe we should just fucking sell some snake oil. I take it all back. I know how to fucking turn
the
that
switch
switch
on,
off.
yeah.
You send me $19.95. I'm gonna put my fucking Cash
Yeah.
App and my OnlyFans out there. I put my link tree in the fucking
Oh, yeah.
comments. Send me $19.95. I'll tell you how to flip that switch.
That's funny, dude.
Boom.
That's pretty funny.
Now, you know what? Here's the fucking switch. Here's how it works. It works because it's important to you, and if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not,
That's
you'll
actually-
fucking find an excuse.
That's actually the truth.
That's pretty much what
It
it is.
really is. That's why we say that, right?
I should have said that for free.
If yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have the answer on this one.
I don't think there is.
But I do want everybody to try to pursue it, though. Like I legitimately, fuck.
I would say this. I would say
care-
this.
I care too much about people.
Well, it's like, okay, if you're happy where you're at, everything's good, right? But if you're a guy that's like maybe like you are, like for me, like I wasn't happy. I needed to kind of up my game because people are getting really good in there. I want to still be
Right.
competitive, right? To help train with these other guys. So I had to make an adjustment. So that was my need. So maybe if you don't have a need, it's not a big it's not going to be an issue, right?
Do we know anybody who's that happy and that content
I
where
think a lot of
they
guys
never
are.
want to self-improve, though?
No, but I mean, you could be good enough to where it's not like you don't really need to. There's not a burning desire to try to get a lot better.
But that's for jiu-jitsu.
Just for
but
jiu-jitsu,
I mean,
yeah.
Is there anybody who's so happy in everything? Like, doesn't something push you? Like,
I guess. Man, I don't know.
again, right? How do we speak for other people?
Yeah,
right?
I can't. Yeah.
Like, but
Obviously-
I would just think that something's going to push you. You want to do something better. Are you great at everything that you've ever wanted to do, and you just
Facts.
go, I'm good.
It's like a self check, basically,
Yeah,
right?
Like that's like playing a fucking video game, winning it, and there's no side quest, there's no nothing. You just
you reach level
I
10.
win. Yeah, I win. Well,
No
turn
more
the
levels.
fucking game off.
Get a new game.
Get a new game.
Yeah,
and
harder
then
game.
but again, if you get a new game, now you're in it again.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone who's really totally content? Is that even available as an option for a human being? Just to
I don't
be
think so.
Totally content.
If we're being honest with ourselves,
yeah,
probably
I don't
not.
think so, dude. You always want something better.
You always-
something,
yeah,
some,
it's-
even if it's just helping people, I want to help
Yeah.
more people.
Yeah.
If I help 10 people, I want to help 12.
Exactly.
If I help 12 people, I want to like you go. I helped 37 people. That's fucking good enough.
Yeah.
I'm good. You
Yeah.
know?
No, you're right.
All right, fuck. I'm just prattling on here. So, tell them about the fucking algorithm and shit, Rod.
Okay, so wait. So before that, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
say
sorry, so
this.
before
I
that.
want to say this before while we close it out. Okay, so I'm not telling you guys, Harold. I'm not telling these guys to fast. Don't do the 4-day fast. That's not. Hey man, if you do it and you keel over, it's on you. Dog. I'm not telling you to do
Did
it.
you
Don't
really
do it.
just put out a disclaimer?
I put out a
He's
disclaimer,
like-
man.
He's like, we
go
are
ahead,
not
Rod,
medical professionals,
Did
so
a water fast for 4 days. He told me to do it. Ends up in the ICU now. So,
this is not medical advice.
yeah, day 4 is rough. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
No, but I would say don't do it. But it is a challenge though. Just doing a day.
Right.
Think of it this way. Try not to eat for a day. That's a challenge.
It is.
If you could do that, because here's what made me do it. If you could go without food, you need food to live, right?
You do.
If I could go without food, what other things could I stop in my life? Right? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of willpower to not
Yes.
eat. You laugh, try not eating
No,
for 4 days.
I'm
bro.
laughing because
You're like, oh my
and
god.
willpower. That's what it was. It wasn't motivation. It was willpower. They said we only have a limited amount of willpower.
You're right.
It's not an inexhaustible fucking chasm that you can just reach into and say, I've got fucking willpower for everything.
You're right.
Like,
That kicked it going.
Yeah.
And then when I was able to do it, I was like, wow, I really can go like this long without eating food.
but see,
Like,
then that's the
I
discipline.
could do something else.
But I think that was the discipline part.
Now you may see me next week. I might come in drunk with a burger, dude, a double cheeseburger. Harold, I couldn't do it.
I'm like, that's Rod. That's
I'm
what I'm
back to
talking
drinking.
about.
I'm back to everything.
Fuck yeah.
No,
I know you're not.
but
I know you're not.
but seriously, try something. Whether it doesn't have to be food or alcohol. It could be try doing an extra class, right? Extra class. Try doing the full warm-ups. Try doing a new move that's maybe outside of your comfort zone. Do something. I don't know, just maybe to push yourself a little bit. I think that's part of jiu-jitsu is pushing yourself to try to get a little bit better, right?
I agree. I totally agree with that. It's like,
yeah.
get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone and just go, I'm going to try this shit.
That's it, man.
That's like when I hit Barambolos on motherfuckers. They're like, what the fuck is this?
You know what's funny? I saw you do a Berimbolo once. That was
Come
awesome.
on, dude.
I'm
People
seeing this
go-
big man
they're
do a
like,
Berimbolo.
They're like, how do you do that? How does your neck support it?
That was
Like,
just
shut the
cool.
fuck up.
Let's do Berimbolos, man. Cause
I am not teaching Berimbolo. Dude, damn. I was trying to end the fucking podcast, but
All
now
right,
I can't.
all right.
No, because now I want to say this. So, I just taught my fucking fun class, the class that I love teaching, my day
yeah,
one
yeah.
class, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
And that shit was cool.
That was
Everybody
good.
liked that shit, dude.
Yeah, it was a good class.
Like, that closed guard, like,
series.
series that's got like 7, 8 different
Yeah.
freaking moves attached to it. I love teaching that class, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good beginner class, but it still opens up so many things for advanced belts too.
We'll
And
start
then-
hitting some of those on
oh,
Friday night.
yeah,
Let's at
dude.
least do like 2 of them. We'll do
down.
2. So if
I'm
you guys
down
want to
with
see what that is, I call it the Schaefer series.
Yeah.
It is pretty legit. It's more self-defense. but
Yeah.
it's actually jiu-jitsu at its core. This is what
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu is really supposed to be. If you guys want to hit that, come in Friday night and we'll at least
Fuck
do
yeah.
we'll dissect it, do a couple of them.
Maybe even if nothing else, maybe we'll like run a video of it too. That'd be cool. Just to throw it up here, just
Yeah,
so you
that's
can see
fine.
what we're talking about. Because man, I showed that one where you fucking hit the fucking the bump sweep guillotine fucking 100% when he roll over, you
Yeah.
drop the fucking elbow in his head. Man, anyway,
We'll break it up into little pieces.
yeah, bite size,
Bite-sized digestible chunks. Because you were on a tangent, bro.
I
You talking about
was.
8,
I was
9,
on a
10. I was like,
tear.
man, looking at the clock. It's like, bro, this supposed to be 2
I was
moves.
having
It went
too much
from 2.
fun,
It went from
man.
2 to 10. Then you went. I don't know. You somehow went to Uma Platas. I'm like, What's Harold doing on Butters?
yeah.
Then he went to, so I think he
you're
showed like
right.
12 moves, Harold.
And it was on a Friday. We weren't
It's
supposed.
not, we're supposed to do like 2.
Yo, why the fuck did
I
you
don't know,
say something
because
to
it's
me?
your class. I ain't gonna say this is your class.
No, dude.
But it was
now-
funny though. I was like, oh my god, Harold's
Holy
on
shit,
one.
you're right. I
He
just-
is on one.
There's supposed to be 2 moves.
You were doing what we preach against.
Absolutely. Oh
It's
my
all
god!
good,
I
dude.
just
It's
now
all-
that really just
Hey man,
clicked that it was
Harold,
Friday.
This is gonna be another Friday.
It'll be another Friday.
So
you're
when we
right.
do, we'll do 2 of those little things, 2 of those little sequences from it, and we'll work them every Friday so they get that muscle memory.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Son of a bitch. I did too much.
You kinda did for
I made move collectors.
You were straight, and we did a podcast on that. We just did a podcast.
made-
Are you a move
I
collector?
made fucking move collectors.
It's all good,
I'm
dude.
sorry, everybody.
Hey man, we're human.
we are human.
Definitely.
All right. Tell them what to
Okay,
do.
algorithm, right? Al Gore's rhythm, right?
Al Gore's
Al
rhythm.
Gore got the rhythm. So definitely, man, if you guys got this far, we appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it, and a comment, or at least 2 of those things. That's reasonable, right?
Yeah.
2 of those is reasonable, right? It's not that. Man,
Which
I'll
one-
be watching videos. I'll at least, if it's good, I'll hit it like at least.
I like
I'm
to
gonna
comment.
at least like it.
Dude, I always
Comment.
jump on. I always talk shit on people's freaking on
I
their
like the
YouTube
comments.
channels. I like to comment too. I rarely ever drop anything negative. I'll usually like I might challenge somebody's point.
And that's fine.
But that's because I like to argue.
I want to get challenged on stuff.
You know me. I'm a debater. I'm
But
a
yeah.
master debater.
But it helps the channel. That's why,
It
right?
does.
It legitimately helps the channel, and it pushes the content out to more people. And that's really what we want to do. Is we want to grow the channel. We want to be able to keep doing this, and it's motivation for us.
Absolutely.
Like this, we're doing discipline right now, but when we see, oh my God, we got more subscribers, that's the
That's the motivation,
that
yeah.
drives us. Like, Harold, let's get another podcast. But I guarantee, if we had no subscribers, we'd be like, oh man,
I know.
this
We're
sucks.
like,
Let's
hey
quit, man. We ain't doing
everybody,
no more. Yeah.
welcome to Open Mac
Yeah.
Chronicles.
And exactly.
Let's talk about Baron Bolo.
Yeah. So our excitement and energy is a reflection of your guys' engagement. I appreciate it. So
Hell yeah.
On that note, man, I think we're good. We'll try to come back at you guys next week. We'll get some guests on next time, right? We owe some guests.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll just say yeah.
All right.
Because
Let's not
already.
let's
I
not
was
spoil
think-
it.
No, I was thinking some. Okay. Yes.
Because we got some stuff in the works.
It does. We
You
do.
guys gonna like
It'll
it.
be fun.
It's gonna be good. We got a couple things working.
I know. A whole lot of
You're on
shit.
that back burner.
We were motivated.
Yep, that's it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and we will check you guys out next week.
Us. All right. This is Jiu-Jitsu. Stop fucking laughing. I'm talking. Welcome to Jiu-Jitsu After Dark, baby. We're going to try this whole new format. All dark Jiu-Jitsu all the time. Oh, yeah. You like your Jiu-Jitsu dark, baby? Welcome to Open Mac Chronicles After Dark. Motivation versus
Discipline.
discipline. Which is better? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's not like the Hodge twins.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, they always do that. All right, let's get this cracking.
Let's do it.
All right.